Positions. He stands 6'3", and he's a senior wearing number 0, David Woodard. For the Hawks, a 5'9" junior guard wearing number 15, Joey Gardner. For the Warriors, a 5'10" junior guard wearing number 3, Trey Holland. For the Hawks, a 6'3" sophomore forward wearing number 23, Kyrie Armstead. For Edmonds-Woodway, a 6'6" junior forward wearing number 32, Ali Gay. For the Hawks, a 6'3" senior forward wearing number 25, Gabe Altenberger. For the Warriors, a 6' senior guard wearing number 33, Jordan Rice. For the Hawks, a 6'3" senior forward wearing number 35, Derek Anima. And finally for the Warriors, a 6'6" junior forward wearing number 40, Ryan Peterson. And for the Hawks, wearing number 43, he's a 6'3" junior post, Carson Dallas. Head coach for the Warriors, Robert Brown. Head coach for the Hawks is Nayland Sood. He is assisted by Johnny Phillips, Greg Wirtz, Al Shannon, Tim Cashman, and Anthony Asbury. The trainer for the Hawks, Shannon Ripley. The manager is Matthew Guardiano. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand for our Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. And we are ready to play some basketball. Just a quick reminder, the concession stand is open just outside the Terrace, brought to you by the Sports Boosters Club. And this is a regular school function. That means that the use of tobacco products or alcoholic beverages anywhere on the campus is strictly prohibited by Washington State law. Once again, welcome to the Terrace
for a big matchup tonight in Wesco 3A South. It is the Edmonds-Woodway Warriors versus the Mountlake Terrace Hawks. Both teams coming into this game with a division record of 1 win and 0 losses in league play. Mountlake Terrace with an overall record of 4-2. Edmonds-Woodway with a record of 5-1. And the way things have gone so far this season, it wouldn't be a huge surprise if one of these two teams ends up winning the South this year. First time they've matched up with one another. And we will see what happens here. Mountlake Terrace, a very defensive-minded team. Edmonds-Woodway, they like to get out and run and put the scoreboard up. And we'll see what happens here. Tip is up in the air, and we are underway. The Hawks wearing the home white with the ball first. We'll get to the starting lineups here momentarily. You may have already heard them from PA announcer Vince DeMuro a moment ago. That's Gabe Altenberger from 18 feet out. Swish! Altenberger getting the Hawks on the board early. The 6'3" senior draining his first shot. 2-0 Hawks. Edmonds-Woodway now with the ball. That's Trey Holland up on top. He's the 5'10" junior guard. Passes the ball to Jordan Rice. Back to Holland. He's got 16 on the shot clock. Holland's going to drive to the right. Floats one up off the backboard and in. 2-2 score as each team scoring on their initial possession. It's Joey Gardner with the ball. He's a 5'8" junior guard. Kyrie Armstead, number 23. He's a sophomore. Altenberger, we already mentioned him, the senior. Derek Anima, also a senior. And Carson Dallas also out on the floor. That's your 5 for the Hawks right now. Anima kicks it out to Armstead. Back to Altenberger at the top. 9 on the shot clock. Armstead thought about shooting. Thought better of it. 4 seconds to go on the shot clock. Armstead's going to need to do something quickly. Fires it up from behind the three-point line. Off the back iron. Ball bounces into the air and into the hands of Peterson. Here come the Warriors. David Woodard with the ball right now. Woodard, the transfer from O'Day High School. We already saw what he could do on the football field this year. Jordan Rice with the long 3 in. Rice, always deadly from the three-point line, gets his first one. And as we were just mentioning, Woodard, all Wesco football player. Dallas gets the shot blocked by Peterson out of bounds. Dallas touched to last. Warriors basketball. Woodard so far in his brief career as an Edmonds-Woodway Warrior basketball player, he's already put up 2 games in which he's had over 30 points. Still looking for his first bucket tonight. Rice kicks it over to Woodard. Woodard floats up his first shot. Woodard gets it to fall. Edmonds-Woodway on a 7-0 run right now. And they lead 7-2. Kyrie Armstead going to the bucket. Couldn't quite get that one to fall. It rolls off the rim. Rebound down to the Warriors. Trey Holland looking to push. Holland from 16 feet out. Floats it a little too far off to the right. Peterson gets the offensive board. Kicks it back to Woodard. He hits it briefly knocked out of his hands, and he finally slows it out and kicks it outside to Rice, who throws it over to Holland. Ali Gay with the ball. Rice from about 3 feet behind the line. Hits the tray. Jordan Rice with 6 early points. Hawks in a hole early, 10-2. This is an Edmonds-Woodway Warrior team that had 90 points against Meadowdale with about 3 minutes to go the other night, and we know they can put up the points. Altenberger from right around the three-point line. He might have had his foot just inside of it. It doesn't matter. It doesn't go in. Wrestling match on the ground between Dallas and Peterson. We're finally going to get a kickball. It's out of bounds. Warriors basketball. 5:01 showing on the clock, first quarter. Not quite 3 minutes in, and Edmonds-Woodway already with the offensive explosion here. 10-2 lead for the visiting Warriors, and they're looking for more. Rice looking for his third three-pointer in the first quarter. Misses it badly off the back iron. Derek Anima grabbing it. Anima had 16 rebounds against Cascade the other night. That was the Saturday night game in which the Hawks lost to the 7-0 Cascade Bruins. In fact, the Bruins having beaten both of these two teams so far. And they look to be the class of the 4A Wesco Conference. Kickball. Hawks getting a new 35-second. Derek Anima pulls up from the long shot along the baseline. Bounces high off the back iron and into the hands of Jordan Rice. Edmonds-Woodway looking for more points. Rice wearing those stylish orange shoes. Picks up a screen from Gay, then decides to go in himself. Gets double teamed, loses the ball. It's all over the ground, and finally a whistle blows. We're going to get a foul called against Carson Dallas. First foul of the game, and we're almost halfway through the first quarter as the clock showing 4:10 to go here in the opening period. Dallas is going to take a seat on the bench as Shimron Massey comes in for the first time. Massey, the 6'5" senior. Trey Holland finds David Woodard open for a three. Woodard misses it. Derek Anima trying to grab the board, stepped on the baseline out of bounds, and Edmonds-Woodway with a little bit of a gimme there as Brady Edwards checks in for the first time tonight for the Warriors, wearing the number 5. Edwards, a 6' senior. Woodard with the ball along the baseline. He's going to drive it to the hoop, and a nice block by Derek Anima. Not only does he block it, he keeps it in bounds, and unfortunately for the Hawks, they throw it right back as Massey looking for Joey Gardner on the play and floats it over his head. So I think he might have been trying to pass it to Vince DeMiro here at the scores table. Vince showing that he still has the hands. He almost pulled it down with 2 hands there. As Gabe Powder checks into the ballgame for the Hawks. Powder, the 5'8" senior guard. And that's Holland pulling up from the corner of the free throw line. He misses it. Anima with another board. Hawks, who haven't scored since the opening drive, looking for a bucket right now. They trail 10-2 here in the Terraceum in Mountlake Terrace. Armstead pulls up from 14 feet. He hits it. Kyrie Armstead, the sophomore, he's averaging a little more than 6 points per game this year so far. Gets his first bucket of the night. Armstead name might sound familiar. His brother Marcus was a star guard here just a few years ago for that Mountlake Terrace Hawks team that finished 4th in the state. Edwards loses it momentarily. We get a lot of contact away from the ball over along the right side of the baseline. Kyrie Armstead taking a hard fall to the ground, and they're going to say he initiated the contact. He gets called for the foul. Second team foul on the Hawks. It's the second foul we've had on the entire night so far. Buzzer is checking into the game as Noah Becker. Becker, a sophomore, not even listed on the varsity roster. Which confused a lot of us over at Edmonds-Woodway High School on Saturday night as Becker checked into the game. Wears a different uniform number when he's playing JV, and not only did he come into the game, but he ended up being the leading scorer for Edmonds-Woodway. He had 20 points. And for the second time in as many plays, the Hawks are going to get called for a foul away from the ball. This time, Derek Anima is going to get the call.
Derek Anima with his first 13 on the Hawks.
3 fouls against the Hawks, all on different players, so nobody with 2 fouls yet. And we get another whistle. Robert Brown, the head coach for Edmonds-Woodway, yells at Irv, the referee, yells at him. That was a makeup. Didn't like that call, but he kind of figured that maybe it was given back to him. And that foul was called on Ryan Peterson for the Warriors. Powder with the ball, kicks it out to Massey, over to Armstead. Armstead looking for Daniel Johnson, getting his first action of the night. Johnson misses it. Massey and Anima, teammates going up for the ball, colliding. The ball ricochets off of both of them into the Warriors' hands. Edwards was looking for a 3. He misses it. Armstead comes away with it. Dribbles out of the double team. He's got a little bit of a break. Kicks it over to Daniel Johnson. Johnson dishes it over to Massey. And they're going to call a block on Rice. Non-shooting foul. They say that Rice and Johnson made contact prior to the shot. 10-4 Edmonds-Woodway with the lead. It's Anima down low. Nice inbound pass from Armstead to Anima. Anima draws contact.
First person on Woodard, 13-pound Warriors. Derek Anima will shoot 2.
And Anima's going to head to the line, shooting 2 free throws. Gabe Altenberger set to check back into the game for the Hawks. Anima hits the first one.
Altenberger returns from Mountlake Terrace.
Altenberger coming in for Armstead. Anima with the second free throw, misses that one. Ball comes down to Peterson with the rebound. 10-5 is the score right now. Hawks trailing by 5. Edmonds-Woodway doubling them up here early and looking for more. Woodard gets the ball knocked away from him. Gabe Powder grabs it out of the air. Finds Altenberger running down, pulls up for the 3. Leaves it a bit short. Anima there with the rebound, goes back up and lays it in. Derek Anima with 3 points now. 7-10 Hawks now. It's going to say they cut that lead down to 3, and then it goes right back up to 5 as Woodard on the other end gets a short bucket from inside the key. Altenberger thought about the 3, drives baseline, kicks it back out to Powder. Powder finds a lane, goes up, gets it partially blocked by Peterson. Peterson then grabs the ball, kicks it to Rice. Rice up to Becker. Edmonds-Woodway not with numbers right now. Becker finally just pulls up and shoots it anyway and swishes it. The sophomore giving the Warriors a 7-point lead, 14-7. As now Daniel Johnson dribbling into a double team, kicks it over to Powder. He's got to get over the line and does. Powder and Rice make a little contact, but they're going to say it was incidental, no foul. Massey along the baseline, he hits it. Shimron with his first bucket of the night. Woodard wasting no time, goes down the other end, floats one off the backboard, leaves it short. That ball was almost picked by Edwards. A scramble for it. Rice finally picks it up. 2-on-2. Edwards going to drive right at Powder and blocked by Massey. We get a whistle. Might call Powder here on the play. Let's see what it is. And that's exactly what the call is. They say Powder got him with the body. Edwards is going to step to the line, shooting 2.
Will shoot 2.
And Edwards missing the first shot. He's still looking for his first points of the night. Edwards missing both of those shots. Ball is bounced off of Anima as Ryan Peterson came in there trying to grab the rebound. Couldn't grab the ball, but didn't make sure that he made enough contact with it to where bounces off of Anima's body. So Edmonds-Woodway catching a break. They miss both free throws, but they keep the possession. And Henry Tillman checks back in. Tillman, always known for his hard play. He's wearing the number 4. Rice kicks it out. Becker with a 3. Leaves it just a bit short off the rim. Scramble for it. Altenberger finally grabs it. We're down to 44 seconds to go here in the first quarter. 14-9. Edmonds-Woodway with the 5-point lead here. Altenberger being guarded very closely by Edwards. Kicks it down to Powder. Powder throws it out to Johnson, almost picked off by Woodard. Johnson's going to drive into the lane. We get a whistle. 31 seconds to go. We call that on number 4, Henry Tillman. He picks up his first foul. Fouls all even at 4 right now. Shot clock is now turned off. Massey drives right to the hoop and makes it. Massey's shown early on that he can make it from inside or outside. He has 4 points. He's 3 for 4 from the year from the 3-point line as well. So the big fella can shoot if need be. 15 seconds to go here in the quarter. 14-11 ball game. Tillman's going to put up a 3. Off the back iron, bounces out to Woodard. Woodard turns right back around, floats it up from 14 feet out. He has 6 points in the first quarter. We're down to 3 seconds to go. Powder better shoot it quickly. He finally he tries for the pass. Don't know if he knew how much time was left, and we've come to the end of the first quarter of play. It is the Edmonds-Woodway Warriors 16, the Mountlake Terrace Hawks 11. You're watching the Sound Alive Sports Network.
Clogged drain? Other plumbing problems? Call Action Jackson Plumbing for 24-hour service. Owned by a lifetime Edmonds resident and Edmonds-Woodway grad, Action Jackson is the drain cleaning specialist. They can unclog most internal drains for only $99 plus tax. Call 425-877-5601 or visit actionjacksonplumbing.com.
I'll tell you a little bit about the holiday tournament coming up. We got brackets now for the men's tournament.
And welcome back to the Sound Alive Sports Network. Steve Willits from the Terraceum in Mountlake Terrace, Washington. South Snohomish County. That's where we find ourselves tonight, and we're watching a nice ball game between two very good, very strong 3A South Westco basketball teams. 16-11 is our score after one quarter of play. Trey Rice with the ball up top. Kicks it over to Becker. Woodard, Tillman, and Gay also in the game right now. Becker's going to go to the hoop, misses the shot. Hawks now with Massey, Gardner, Anima, Johnson, and Altenberger. Nice job down low to Massey. Massey makes the basket. He now has 6. 16-13, Hawks hanging in here. They're down by 3. Going to get a hand check call. Joey Gardner trying to check Holland and couldn't quite do it. Had to put his hands out. Gardner picks up his first. 9 fouls total in this game. 5 on the Hawks, 4 on the Warriors. Yet to have a player pick up 2 fouls. Everybody with 1. That ball goes off of Woodard. Nice job on defense as Anima sticks his hand in there. Catches just enough contact on that basketball to have it go off of Woodard's body. Hawks catching a break there. They trail by 3, looking for a potential basket that'll either put them down by 1 or potentially tie. Massif thought about the long shot. Pivots, finally kicks it over to Johnson. Gardner with the ball up on top. 15 on the shot clock. Johnson's going to drive baseline, tries to dish off to Massif. Not sure if that was an intended pass or if it just got batted away. Say it was last touched by the Hawks. Warriors taking over the possession. Tillman up on top. Carson Dallas about to check back into the game for the Hawks. And they're going to get Becker for a travel. Hawks with 6:50 to go here in the second quarter. They're going to get a handful of folks coming back in here. Fresh bodies as Kyrie Armstead and Carson Dallas both checking back into the game. Little conference going on between our head referee and Nayland Sood right now, the head coach of the Hawks. Sood, of course, a 1987 graduate of Mountlake Terrace. He's been coaching on some level here since 1990. Took over the head coaching duties on the varsity in the fall of 2000. Anima gets caught down low, and he travels. Shuffled the feet. And they're going to give the ball right back to the Warriors. So Hawks doing a nice job of slowing this game down a bit. This is a Warriors team that scored 67 points in their home opener, in their opening game of the year. Since then, they've scored at least 70 in each of their games. As a matter of fact, in their last 4 games, or the last 3 games, 83, 90, and 87. They get a call on Carson Dallas, his second.
Carson Dallas, his second. 6th team foul.
So the Warriors with victories over Oak Harbor, Bishop Blanchette, as Woodard puts up a floater, misses it right along the baseline. Kamiak, Meadowdale, and Everett. Joey Gardner now with the ball as Jordan Rice walks up to the scorer's table. He's about to check back in. Anima up on top. We get a little contact down low. A couple of the big fellas, Carson Dallas and Ali Gay, getting caught up with one another. Let's see if that is in fact the call. And it is, as they will call it on Gay. He picks up his first foul. 5th team foul against Edmonds-Woodway. Nice job down low as Anima with an easy bucket there is Joey Gardner able to find Anima on the inbound pass. Nobody guarding him right underneath the basket. All he had to do was catch it and go up. A little mini hook by Gay. He puts in his first bucket of the night. 18-15. Altenberger, as he's flying out of bounds, throws it back in. Unfortunately for the Hawks, he throws it right to Trey Holland. Holland over to Tillman in the corner for 3. Tillman gets knocked to the ground, and he might be hurting a little bit as he struggles to get back up. Finally able to walk it off. I'm going to say Anima hit him on the shot. That was a 3-point shot, so Tillman will step to the line shooting 3. Anima picking up his second foul. Watch and see what Sood wants to do with Anima right now as Tillman hits the first of 3 free throws. His first point of the night. Saturday night when the Hawks were playing at home against Cascade, that was a 2-point game early fourth quarter. And within about a minute of each other, Anima and Massey picked up their 4th fouls of the game. Both went to the bench, and it was a noticeable difference when those two were out because of foul trouble. The Hawks need to keep their big fellas in there as much as possible. So Anima with 2 fouls right now, and obviously if he picks up a third, he will be done presumably for the half. I would think that the coaches would then sit him down in favor of not wanting to risk a 4th foul. See how long they keep him in. So Tillman with all 3 free throws gives Edmonds-Woodway a 6-point lead, 21-15. Armstead getting double-teamed. And one of the Warriors made a little too much contact and draws a foul. That's going to be on Becker, his first. 6th 6th team foul against Edmonds-Woodway. And Altenberger almost throws that one away. Tillman had it in his hands, couldn't hold on to it. Anima fights his way to get it back. Kicks it out to Powder. Edmonds-Woodway using their long wingspan. Get their hands on a few of those Terrace passes tonight so far. Gay's going to pick up a holding call. That is the 7th foul of the half, and that is going to put the Hawks in the bonus. Sharon Massey stepping to the line, shooting 1-1. Peterson and Woodard both checking back into the game for the Warriors. Nima is going to take a breather as Daniel Johnson, number 13, checks back in for the Hawks. Again, this is a 1-1 shooting situation. Massey switches that one. He now has 7 points on the game, the leading scorer for the Hawks. And with that free throw, he's the leading scorer in the game overall. So Woodard and Rice both with 6 for the Warriors. 21-17. Warriors over the Hawks. 5:14 to go here in the half. Peterson with a nice spin move. Gets by Massey. Misses the 4-foot floater. Kyrie Armstead comes away with it. Kicks it over to Johnson. Johnson goes baseline. Misses it. Massey cleans it up and lays it in. The other end, Holland picks up his dribble, kicks it out to Peterson. Rice now up on top, 22 on the shot clock. Edmonds-Woodway, not a team that usually has to worry too much about where that shot clock's at. Still plenty of time with 14 to go. Rice drives baseline along the, actually floats it in as he's flying towards the baseline along the left. Banks that one off the backboard and in. He now has 8 for the game. 23-19, Edmonds-Woodway with the lead. Powder looking for Altenberger. Altenberger to Massey. Massey goes up. Doesn't get the ball to fall, but does draw contact. He's going to head to the line for 2. Massey, who already has 6 points here in the quarter. 6 of the 8 Hawks points in the second. He's now going to attempt to try to get more, and we're going to take a 30-second break as a timeout is called. You're watching the Sound Live Sports Network.
Timeout taken by Edmonds-Woodway.
Hey sports fans, do you want to know when and where your favorite teams in the West Coast Conference are playing? Who won the game last night and what the current standings are? Well, it's easy to find out on westcoathletics.com. The information is entered by athletic directors and coaches, so you know it's accurate and up to date, making westcoathletics.com the place to view official scores, schedules, standings, and photos for all the schools and all the sports in the West Coast Conference. Follow us on Twitter and Facebook and check out westcoathletics.com, the official website of the West Coast Conference.
And welcome back to the Sound Live Sports Network. 23-19. Edmonds-Woodway with a very slim lead on the Mountlake Terrace Hawks. Shimron Massey with a chance to trim it down even more right here with 2 free throws. Makes the first. He's now 3 for 3 on the night. Massey with the second. He remains perfect. 8 points in the quarter, 12 in the ball game. Hawks now trailing 23-21. Woodard well above the three-point line. Spin move into the key. And we're going to get a travel called on Woodard. 4:06 to go. Edmonds-Woodway just a few minutes ago had a 21-15 lead. Hawks have trimmed it to 2, and they've got a chance to either tie or take the lead on this possession. Edmonds-Woodway looking to press. Powder getting trapped, has to do something with it. They got 1 second to get it over, and just in time, Armstead passes it up to Massey. Altenberger for the lead, hits it! Gabe Altenberger! Hawks taking the 24-23 lead. their first lead since opening the game 2-0. Right back on the other end. Holland misses the shot. Massey comes away with it. Hawks looking for more right now. On a 9-2 run right now. 3:30 to go in the half. Armstead being guarded by Woodard. Holland comes out to help. Powder fakes the three, shuffles his feet a bit. He's finally going to take the three off the back iron. Scramble for it. Rice finally comes away with it. Looks to push it into transition. He drives to the hoop. A lot of contact, and I think we're going to get a foul on Powder. I'll wait to see what the referee says here. There were a couple of players in the vicinity. And in fact, that is the case. Powder picking up his second foul. It's the 8th team foul. It was a shooting foul. Therefore, Rice will get 2. And this trip to the free throw line is brought to you by our friends over at Edmonds Community College. Rice gets the first free throw. Rice now with 9 points on the evening. Eddie Sear, number 21, the junior, checking in for the first time tonight for the Warriors. Rice misses that one. Hawks securing the rebound as Daniel Johnson goes up for it. 24-24. Tie ball game, 3:05 to go in the half. Gabe Powder puts up the shot. That might have been partially blocked from behind. Altenberger there to clean it up. Altenberger now with 7 points on the night. Wasting no time on the other end is Holland. He misses the shot. Woodard there catches the ricochet, as I believe Massey might have touched it last. Woodard now with 8 points, 26-26. 2:37 to go. Altenberger with an open three. He hits it! Gabe Altenberger is deadly when he's open like that. He was not going to pass up that opportunity. He has 10 for the ball game. Hawks 29, Warriors 26. Block shot by Armstead. Right to the hands of Rice. Edmonds-Woodway keeping the ball. Sears going to take a long three. Hits off the front of the rim. Bounces out to Powder. Powder looks to push. Kicks over to Altenberger. Altenberger was thinking about it. Started to lose the ball. Kicks it into the key. Floats it right to Jordan Rice. Rice saves it. Holland up ahead. He misses the shot. Armstead looks to push it now. 1:55 to go. He's getting double teamed. Finally kicks it over to Powder. Daniel Johnson. He's got Altenberger in the corner. Altenberger fakes the shot, shuffles his feet, and the ref says he travels.
Come here, Gabe. Come here. Checks in for Edmonds-Woodway.
1:48 to go here in the half. Edmonds-Woodway trailing by 3. Let's see if they can do something about that right now as Woodard's cutting towards the hoop. Edwards had the right idea. He just led him a little too far as Woodard able to get fingertips on it, but that was about it. It's off the back of the wall, and the Hawks will take possession with 1:37 to go. Mind you to stick around at halftime. We'll have our Action Jackson Plumbing halftime report. Get you caught up on some stats, and might even have a special guest or two. Who knows? Nice job down below. Daniel Johnson with a beautiful pass to Massey. He gets the basket. He now has 10 points for the quarter, 14 for the night. Hawks with their biggest lead, 31-26, 1:15 to go. Edmonds-Woodway definitely getting a little flustered right now. They're used to having their way on offense, and this Hawks defense is starting to suffocate them a bit. Rice getting triple teamed right now. Finally, Armstead steps in, almost pulls it away from him, kicks it out to Woodard. Woodard misses an open look at a three. Daniel Johnson grabs the ball, kicks it over to, he's trying to find Joey Gardner. Woodard does a nice job to steal it. He dishes it over to Sear. Sear picks up his first basket of the night. Hawks lead now down to 31-28 with 39 seconds to go. Hawks better get the ball across. They cannot. Oh, Coach Nayland Sood very wisely calls a timeout as the Hawks were about to get called for a 10-second backcourt violation. It's a 30-second timeout, so we'll keep it right here with 36.9 seconds to go in the half. 25 to go on the shot clock. And Edmonds-Woodway starting to employ that backcourt press a little more now, and it's something that the Hawks have struggled with over the last year or two, quite frankly. And key to their game for the rest of the night might be how well they can break that press. Sioux drawing up an inbound play right now. Edmonds-Woodway, their 5 are already back on the court ready to go. Should let everybody know that there is a holiday tournament coming up next week. Actually, that'll be the 28th and 29th right here at Mountlake Terrace. Both of these teams will be here that day. It is Tuesday the 29th will be the opening day of that tournament. 8 teams will be here total. As Gardner draws contact, he's going to go to the line shooting 1-1. 4 games that the first day. Edmonds-Woodway will play Battleground at 1 p.m. It's all taking place right here at Mountlake Terrace High School. Linwood versus Snohomish at 3. Marysville-Pilchuck versus West Seattle at 5. And Mountlake Terrace closes off that night against Canyon Springs out of Vegas as Gardner hits the first of the 1-1 free throw attempts. And this trip to the free throw line is brought to you by our friends over at Edmonds Community College. It's a Canyon Springs team coming up from Las Vegas. And for some of you longtime basketball fans, you might remember the name Freddie Banks. Played for the UNLV Running Rebels back in the day. He's a very good guard. Banks now coaches the team down there. He's bringing his team up to Mountlake Terrace for the holiday tournament. And this is the second day of that tournament as well as Rice shoots a long 3. He drains it! Jordan Rice has no fear from 25 feet out. Cuts the Hawks lead down to 2. We're down to 4 seconds to go in the half. Altenberger for 3! Hits it! Gabe Altenberger with his third 3 of the quarter. And the Hawks head to the locker room with a 36-31 lead. We're going to take a quick break. Do not go anywhere. We have 16 minutes of basketball left to play, and it's going to be a doozy. You're watching the Sound Alive Sports Network.
Clogged drain? Other plumbing problems? Call Action Jackson Plumbing for 24-hour service. Owned by a lifetime Edmonds resident and Edmonds-Woodway grad, Action Jackson is the drain cleaning specialist. They can unclog most internal drains for only $99 plus tax. Call 425-877-5601 or visit actionjacksonplumbing.com.
Hey sports fans, do you want to know when and where your favorite teams in the Westco Conference are playing? Who won the game last night and what the current standings are? Well, it's easy to find out on westcoathletics.com. The information is entered by athletic directors and coaches so you know it's accurate and up to date, making westcoathletics.com the place to view official scores, schedules, standings, and photos for all the schools and all the sports in the Westco Conference. Follow us on Twitter and Facebook and check out westcoathletics.com, the official website of the Westco Conference.
We've got a little Star Wars music in the background. Is the big movie coming out today, I guess, right? Welcome back to the Action Jackson Plumbing Halftime Report. Steve Willits, along with our special guest from the Everett Herald, Aaron Lammers. Aaron, I think this is the first time I've ever had you on Sound Life Sports Network.
Well, you heard me with the STSBN guys, and
yeah,
a little bit. Heard me with the STSBN guys, and you liked it so much you wanted me on here.
Absolutely. You know, we do the podcast every week, which people should listen to. That's the two of us as well as David Kruger. So listen to that on the Everett Herald. And then we also do the radio show from time to time. And now I get to have you on with the Big Boy Network, as I like to think of it. So we're proud of what we do here. And thanks for joining us. And
for sure.
A little bit of a surprise for you, maybe. I know, I've seen this Mountlake Terrace team a couple times this year, so I thought that they could hang with these guys, but I don't know that I predicted a 5-point lead at the half. What are your thoughts in the first half?
It was interesting the way it played out. Edmonds-Woodway led early on, I think 10-2, I think they got up. And I was really thinking, like, okay, Mountlake Terrace is struggling to score offensively. They just really couldn't get much going on offense. And I thought, okay, maybe this is the way the game's going to go. And then it actually totally did a 180. And Mountlake Terrace's defense really stepped up, and Edmonds-Woodway became the team that was struggling to score. Gabe Altenberger hit some big threes in the first half, including the one on the baseline there at the end. I'm really impressed with Mountlake Terrace. I'm impressed with Edmonds-Woodway, though, too. Like, these are two pretty good teams.
These are two very good teams, and I mentioned this right at the start of our broadcast, and you tell me if I'm wrong. Would it surprise either of us if one of these two teams ends up winning Wesco 3A South this year?
No, it wouldn't surprise me at all. In fact, I think Edmonds-Woodway is probably the favorite, and the fact that Mountlake Terrace is up 5 on the favorite at halftime probably says Mountlake Terrace can be right there as well. Yeah,
and other teams that we should mention also this year. I mean, Glacier Peak only one loss so far, and that was to Shorewood. Shorewood's a team that's kind of hit or miss on any given night. They had a great game against Glacier Peak earlier this year. Then Shorecrest is in there as well. What is your take on what you've seen so far this year for Wesco 3A and maybe just Wesco in general?
The Wesco 3A is very good. As far as the teams that I've seen, I mean, no disrespect to Glacier Peak, I wasn't all that impressed the first time I saw them. They didn't, aside from Guffey, and Guffey didn't have a great game that night, Justin Guffey. They don't strike me as a team that has that go-to scorer. I know he's kind of that, but I think he had 13 points that night. As I watch this game, you have, David Woodard from Edmonds-Woodway, Shimron Massey, is that how you say it?
I think it's Mussy. We've pronounced it about 4 different times throughout the last 2 years, and we think we finally might have gotten it right. But yeah, Mussy, yeah.
He's really good, and somebody that gives them a little bit of size inside that they can go to, and then obviously Altenberger with his outside shot. I feel like I like the offense a little bit more for Edmonds-Woodway and Mountlake Terrace. I haven't yet seen Shorewood, although I know that those Kirk brothers are really good. If I were to say right now, I would probably say Edmonds-Woodway is the favorite, but yeah, Terrace is right there with them.
So you've watched this game for 16 minutes now. What are your thoughts going into the second half? What do you think each team is talking about in the locker room right now?
I think if you're Edmonds-Woodway, you're trying to figure out a way to get Woodard more involved offensively. He had quite a few shots in the first half, but he didn't. I don't know how many points he has for sure. I want to say 8.
We've got him down for 8, yeah.
Yeah. So I think you're trying to figure out a way to get him a little bit more involved on offense. For Mountlake Terrace, I think it's kind of just keep doing what you're doing. Like, you're up 5 against a really good team at halftime. Altenberger has been shooting the ball well. I think you got to keep kind of playing that inside-outside game with him and Shimron. I'm not going to try to say last name again. But with
a name like Shimron, you can call him one word, right?
Yeah. But yeah, I think you just kind of status quo, keep doing what you're doing, and Edmonds-Woodway is the team in the locker room right now that has to make adjustments.
And they will be making the adjustments. We know that, and I think we're gonna get 16 pretty good minutes of basketball here.
Yeah, this is I think probably the best basketball game I've seen so far this season through one half. Just very competitive, and two, I think, pretty evenly matched teams. So yeah, I expect a lot of the same in the second half.
And this is a guy who covers Wesco 3A, Wesco 4A, Cascade Conference. So for him to say it's the best basketball game he's seen so far after one half.
Well, I've only seen 3 other games. So
well, okay.
It's early in the season.
But nonetheless, it's a great game. So stick around. Aaron Lammers, thank you again for coming on. And you can read Aaron Lammers on the Everett Herald Twitter handle.
At Aaron Lammers.
At Aaron Lammers. So once again, you are watching the Action Jackson Plumbing Halftime Report. Our score here at halftime: Mountlake Terrace 36, Edmonds-Woodway 31. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we'll get you right into the third quarter of action.
Clogged drain? Other plumbing problems? Call Action Jackson Plumbing for 24-hour service. Owned by a lifetime Edmonds resident and Edmonds-Woodway grad, Action Jackson is the drain cleaning specialist. They can unclog most internal drains for only $99 plus tax. Call 425-877-5601 or visit actionjacksonplumbing.com.
Hey sports fans, do you want to know when and where your favorite teams in the West Coast Conference are playing? Who won the game last night and what the current standings are? Well, it's easy to find out on westcoathletics.com. The information is entered by athletic directors and coaches so you know it's accurate and up to date, making westcoathletics.com the place to view official scores, schedules, standings, and photos for all the schools and all the sports in the West Coast Conference. Follow us on Twitter and Facebook and check out westcoathletics.com, the official website of the West Coast Conference.
Clogged drain? Other plumbing problems? Call Action Jackson Plumbing for 24-hour
And welcome
service.
back to the Sound Alive
Owned
Sports
by a
Network.
lifetime Edmonds
36 to
resident
31
and
is our score.
Edmonds-Woodway.
Mountlake Terrace in the lead, outscoring Edmonds-Woodway 25 to 15 in that second quarter. As we look over the individual scoring efforts so far, Edmonds-Woodway, David Woodard 8 points, Trey Holland 2, Henry Tillman 3, Sear 2, Gay 2. Jordan Rice was the scoring leader with 12. Noah Becker had 2. Hawks with the ball here to start the second half. We'll get you their first half numbers here in just a moment as Altenberger with the ball up top. Massey's going to put up a 3. Ball bounces off the right side of the rim. Grabbed by Holland. Holland doesn't waste any time. He gets into the key. He gets blocked out of bounds by Anima, and Anima's going to pick up his third foul very quickly here in the second half, and that is not what you want if you're a Hawks fan. I'm going to say that was a non-shooting foul. So getting back to the Hawks, Joey in the first half, Joey Gardner 2 points, Armstead 2. Gabe Altenberger with 13, including 3 threes in that second quarter. Holland with the ball. And they're going to call Joey Gardner with the block.
Gardner with his second.
Picks up his second team foul. Finish out the scoring in the first half for the Hawks. Derek Anima with only 5 points. And Shimron Massey, 14, leading all scorers. Ryan Peterson down low, kicks it out to Rice. Rice is going to drive baseline. Altenberger went for the block from behind, couldn't get it, and Rice floats one into the hoop. Nicely done by number 33. And that is how many points Edmonds-Woodway has now on the night. 36-33 is our score. 7:18 to go here in the third quarter. Altenberger up top. Finds a cutting Armstead. Armstead thought about the 3. Dribbles into the key. Gets picked by Holland. Holland ties him up. They're going to say held ball. Possession arrow does go to the Warriors. So the Hawks scoring 25 points in the second quarter. And we're coming up on the first minute of the third, and they've yet to score in the second half. Woodard with the ball, shoots the long 2, bounces off the rim, misses it. Gay gets the rebound, goes up strong, and gets fouled. Edmonds-Woodway doing a nice job here in the first 65 seconds of the second half to draw contact. It's the third foul against the Hawks already. And Coach Schude wants a timeout. We're going to take a quick break. 30-second timeout. We'll be right back. You're watching the Sound Alive Sports Network. And welcome back to the Sound Live Sports Network. Coming to you from Mountlake Terrace High School. The Terraceum, as they like to call it around here. Allie Gay steps to the line shooting 2. Makes the first. And this trip to the free throw line is brought to you by Edmonds Community College. As always, we appreciate Edmonds for all of their support through our various broadcasting efforts. Gay misses the second free throw, but Edmonds-Woodway does get the rebound. Holland misses the shot. Hawks leading by 2. They've got the ball. Armstead's going to take an open 3. Misses that one just a little off to the right. Edmonds-Woodway looking to push on the other end. Holland had a chance to take the lead, misses it. And then the Hawks throw it away. Joey Gardner throws it behind Armstead.
Powder returns for Mountlake Terrace.
And Coach Schude not happy about that. He immediately pulls Gardner out of the game and puts Gabe Powder in his place. 36-34. Hawks by 2. 6:21 to go in the third. Rice looking for the lead off the rim. Peterson gets the rebound. Nice offensive board. Kicks it out to Woodard, and Woodard shuffles his feet. Doesn't agree with the call, but the referee says, nope, you traveled. Hawks will take it on the sideline with 6:13 to go here in the third.
Derek, stay there. Stagger.
Edmonds-Woodway does not play another basketball game. Well, actually, both teams. The long 3. Altenberger for a 3. I looked away for a quick moment, and you can't do that when Gabe has the ball in his hands. He hits another one. 39-34 Hawks matching their biggest lead of the night. Rice drives into the lane, floats one up, misses it. Nice job by Ryan Peterson. Gets the offensive tip in, his first points of the evening. 39-36 Hawks. About to say Edmonds-Woodway does play a game tomorrow against Shorewood. That's another conference game. Referees weren't sure who touched it. Finally, one of them comes over and says, off Edmonds-Woodway, Hawks basketball. Jordan Rice not happy about that at all. Doesn't matter. The Hawks will keep it anyway. Edmonds-Woodway playing at home against Shorewood tomorrow night. That could be a very good game as well. So if any of you Warrior fans are out there and want to see your team one last time, it's their last game until they come back here on the 29th for the holiday tournament. Altenberger floats one up as he gets the inbounds pass. Might have shot it a little too quick. He airs it. Peterson grabs it out of the air. Edmonds-Woodway now with the basketball. Holland to Gay. Over to Woodard. Woodard picks up a nice screen from Gay. Woodard puts up the 3. In and out. Actually, might have been a long 2. Massey grabs it. Throws it ahead to Anima. Anima's going to drive to the hoop. Quite a bit of contact. The referees say no, it was a clean block. Out of bounds, and they give the ball over to Edmonds-Woodway. Very gritty third quarter here so far. We had 40 points between these two teams in the second quarter. Much different ball game here so far in the first 3 minutes. It's 36-31 at the half. Now it's 39-36. Oh, and Rice might have been given a little bit of a gift. He went for the spin move, and I think he tripped over his own feet there a little bit. The referees thought it was a foul. They're going to call that on number 25, Gabe Altenberger. He picks up his first foul of the night. 4th team foul already against the Hawks. Armstead going for the block. Might have made a little contact in the process, and that will put Woodard on the line shooting 2.
Armstead with his second. 15 fouls.
So Armstead now with 2 fouls also. Hawks now with Anima, 3 fouls on the game, and the Hawks have 4 other players with 2 fouls. Something to keep an eye on as we still have more than 13 minutes of action to go here at the Terraceum. Woodard hitting the first of 2 free throws. And this trip to the free throw line is brought to you by Edmonds Community College. Peterson taking a seat on the bench. Edwards checks back in for the Warriors. Woodard hits the second one as well, giving him 10 on the night. And here comes that press we were talking about earlier. Armstead trying to dribble out of it, gets it over to Powder. Powder decides to take it up himself, getting double teamed right now. Finally kicks over to Armstead. Armstead grabs it, back to Powder, 22 on the shot clock. Hawks content to slow it down here a bit. Armstead and Rice 1-1. Anema's going to take a long three. It's off the back of the iron. Gay grabs it. And we're going to get a foul called against the Warriors. There you go. Going to call that on Gay. Gay picks up his third foul. It's only the first team foul against the Warriors here in the second half. Armstead looking to inbound. The baseline kicks it over to Massey. Altenberger back to Shimron underneath to Anema. Anema goes up strong. Rice thought he got all basketball. He is not happy with the call. Nonetheless, he does get called for the foul. And Anema's going to step to the line shooting two.
Fouls on Rice, his second team foul. Anema will shoot
4:22 to go here in the third quarter. Hawks holding on to a 39-38 lead. Anema hits the first of two free throws. And this trip to the free throw line is brought to you by Edmonds Community College. Daniel Johnson checking into the game. Anema hits the second one as well. 41-38, Mountlake Terrace with the lead. It's very early in the season. The winner of this game will take a very slim lead of the conference, as both of these teams now 1-0 in league play. The only other team with a victory in the league so far this year is Shorewood, so three teams tied with a 1-0 record. And as we mentioned when we were talking with Aaron Lammers at the half, there are 4 or 5 really good teams in this conference. Every game could matter. And Powder dribbles the ball, gets trapped right around the three-point line, and unfortunately he picks up his dribble, gets tied up. Nayland Sood not happy with Powder at all. He's yelling, "You cannot do that," reminding him that as soon as he picks up that ball, those defenders are going to swarm, and that's exactly what happened. Fortunately for the Hawks, possession arrow was pointing in their direction, so they will keep it. Anema gets it, pulls up at the free throw line, swish! Anema now with 4 points in the quarter, 43-38. Hawks back up by 5. Holland with the ball. Holland gets hit hard by Gardner. Easy call there for the referees. Gardner picks up his third. 6th team foul already for the Hawks here in the half, and we're barely 4 minutes into the third quarter. Edmonds-Woodway will be in the bonus for the rest of the game, starting with their next foul. Woodard looks to drive. Get a hand check, and there's that 7th foul. Let's see who they call that on. Going to call that on Armstead. Armstead now with his 3rd foul. So Gardner, Armstead, and Anema all with 3 fouls with plenty of time to go here.
Woodard will shoot 1+.
And Woodard's going to shoot 1-1. He's 2 for 2 on the night so far from the free throw line. And this trip also brought to you by Edmonds Community College. Make it 3 for 3. Woodard now with 11 for the game.
Hey, Joey, motion. Motion, White. Motion.
43-39. Make it 43-40 as Woodard drains another one.
There.
Here comes that press one more time for Edmonds-Woodway. Joey Gardner's going to dribble past it, kicks it up to Massey. Massey back to Gardner. Hawks break the press. Now they bring it up back on top. Gardner being hounded by Holland right now. And we get a whistle. Let's see if they're going to call that on Holland. I believe that is the case. And that has been confirmed now. Holland picking up his first foul. 3 fouls against Edmonds-Woodway here in the half.
Rice returns for Woodard.
Jordan Rice, after a quick breather, he's right back in the game. Trey Holland heading back out. And Carson Dallas getting ready to check back in for the Hawks. Shimron Massey gets the ball up on top. Floats one in as he tries to travel towards the left side of the hoop. Derek Anima floats one up, and he gets nothing but air. Goes out of bounds. They're going to say it was last touched by one of the Warriors, so the Hawks keeping the ball. 32 on the shot clock. As Massey takes a seat on the bench. A lot of contact there. Let's see what the call is. The ref closest to it isn't sure what to do. Neither coach is very happy about what's going on here right now. Robert Brown on the far end of the court, pleading his case. The ball was inbounded in the direction of 3 different players, 2 of which were Warriors, 1 was a Hawk. All 3 collided with each other. Not sure if it touched anybody or if it just completely floated out on its own. I think we're going to get the equivalent of a redo, as nobody's really sure what happened. So rather than try to make a call, we're just going to throw it back in again. And I'm not sure, that would have been was that a 5-second violation? Oh, we're going to actually get a foul called on Carson Dallas. It's a player control foul, so that will not lead to a bonus situation for the Edmonds-Woodway. Hawks now with 8 fouls against them here in 5 minutes of play in the third quarter. Nice spin move by Woodard. Misses the shot. Tries to get his own rebound. Can't come away with it. Joey Gardner grabs it. Looking to push on the other end. Kicks it ahead to Armstead. Armstead looking down low. Great defense by Woodard. Armstead trying to get a cutting Anima. Unbeknownst to him, Woodard was flying down the court. He saw it from the get-go. Almost picked it off. Did manage to bat it out of bounds. Armstead being guarded by Becker, the 2 sophomores. Now we've got 2 seniors up on top. Garner, a junior. Dallas goes up for a shot. Draws contact. Let's see what they call. May or may not have been in a shooting foul.
Second personal on Woodard.
They're going to say he was not, in fact, shooting. So Woodard picks up his second foul. That will go along to the baseline. Peterson and Holland checking back in for the Warriors.
Altenberger back in for Mountlake.
Altenberger coming in for the Hawks. 2:36 to go here in the quarter. So right now for the Hawks, you've got Anima, Armstead, Dallas, Altenberger, and Johnson in the game. For Edmonds-Woodway, Rice, Holland, Peterson, Edwards, and Becker. Ball is floated up. Daniel Johnson able to grab it out of the air. Altenberger over to Anima. Anima's going to finally take it himself. Right into the middle of the lane. Lays it up and in. He now has 6 points here in the third quarter. And the Hawks lead back up to 5. 45-40. 2:18 to go in the third. Becker, who had 4 3-pointers the other night, passes that one up. All 4 of his 3-pointers against Meadowdale coming in the second half. Anima with a steal. Becker coming in from the other side. Tries to take it back. Unfortunately for him, he draws contact. And with 2:08 to the quarter, Robert Brown, the head coach of Edmonds-Woodway, is yelling for a timeout. And we finally get it. We're going to take a break. You're watching the Sound Live Sports Network.
Fouls on Becker, his third, 5th team foul, and we have a timeout. Edmonds.
Clogged drain? Other plumbing problems? Call Action Jackson Plumbing for 24-hour service. Owned by a lifetime Edmonds resident and Edmonds-Woodway grad, Action Jackson is the drain cleaning specialist. They can unclog most internal drains for only $99 plus tax. Call 425-877-5601 or visit actionjacksonplumbing.com.
Right here at the Terrace. And these 2 teams will be participating in it. Edmonds-Woodway will take on Battleground. That game's at 1 o'clock on the 29th. Mountlake Terrace, Canyon Springs from Las Vegas. That game will also be on the 29th at 7 o'clock. The tournament will also feature Marysville Pilchuck, West Seattle, Linwood and Snohomish High Schools. So your schedule on the 29th, Edmonds-Woodway and Battleground at 1, Linwood and Snohomish at 3, Marysville, Pilchuck, and West Seattle at 5, Canyon Springs and Mountlake Terrace at 7, and then depending on how those teams do, they'll face a different team the following day here in the Terraceum. Again, that's the 29th and 30th Mountlake Terrace High School.
And we are back on the Sound Alive Sports Network. 45-40. The Mountlake Terrace Hawks leading the Edmonds-Woodway Warriors with 2:08 to go in the third quarter. Hawks' biggest lead of the night is 5. They're looking for more right now. Daniel Johnson being guarded by Jordan Rice, looking for Derek Anima, gets it down low. Anima double-teamed, picks up his dribble, kicks it back out. Plenty of time on the shot clock as it now reads 17. Almost picked off by Holland. Joey Gardner pulls up from 15 feet out, rims it off. Anima last touched it, tried to save it, but it had already hit the baseline out of bounds. Edmonds-Woodway with the basketball. Noah Becker, he's going to float one in from about 11 feet out. He gets it to fall. Nice job by Becker. Took that along the left shoulder and just flew into the key and floated one up. And Mountlake Terrace is going to get called with a 5-second violation.
5-second violation. Armstead returns for Mountlake Terrace.
Kyrie Armstead coming back in for Daniel Johnson. Certainly a timeout that has proven to be beneficial to Edmonds-Woodway so far as they get 2 turnovers as Rice goes for 3. Rice hits! Ties the game up as he's falling to the ground. Rice now with 4 3-pointers on the night. 45-45. 1:12 to go here in the third quarter. Edmonds-Woodway feeling the momentum right now. They're getting after it on defense too. Carson Dallas with the ball. Loses it. They're going to say it was last touched by a Warrior. Edmonds-Woodway just looking like the more comfortable team right now. Well, Terrace will need to try to get this momentum back. They find Altenberger along the right baseline. I'm going to say Altenberger might have bounced it off of his foot. He disagrees. He's trying to put up an argument. Derek Anima comes over, calms him down. 1:02 to go in the third quarter.
Woodard returns.
Edmonds-Woodway making that run with David Woodard on the bench. Warriors on a 5-0 run and looking for more right now. We're now under a minute to go here in the third. Becker gets by Altenberger. Floats one up. It bounces off the rim 3 or 4 times. Can't get it to go. One of the Warriors tried to tip it up a second time and missed it. Joey Gardner throws a pass to Altenberger, hits him in the shoulder and flies out of bounds. Another turnover for the Hawks.
Johnson returns from Mountlake Terrace.
They've done that on more than one occasion tonight as Johnson checks back in for Altenberger. A lot of 45s up there on the board right now. 45-45 with 45 seconds to go. Edmonds-Woodway with another chance to take the lead. 10-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock. It doesn't matter. Edwards drains it. Picks up his first points of the night and gives Edmonds-Woodway their first lead of the second half, 47-45. Daniel Johnson now with the basketball. Gardner for the lead. Misses it badly. Johnson grabs the rebound. Floats one up as he flies into the key. Misses it. Carson Dallas gets the board. Dallas goes up strong. Basket counts and draws the foul. Carson Dallas, what a heck of a time to pick up your first points of the night. Ties the game up and has a chance to give the Hawks the lead with 9 seconds to go here in the third quarter. And this bonus free throw is brought to you by Edmonds Community College as Shimron Masih checks back into the game.
Dallas will shoot the bonus.
Derek Anima checking out. The Hawks are going to try to retake this lead here before the end of the quarter. Basket is off. 7 seconds to go. Woodard with the ball. Pulls up from 12 feet out. Gets it to fall. David Woodard putting the Warriors back in the lead Whistle blows. Shot wouldn't have counted anyway, and we've come to the end of the third quarter. The Edmonds-Woodway Warriors taking a 49-47 lead. It's a close one. Don't go anywhere. You're watching the Sound Live Sports Network. And welcome back to the Sound Live Sports Network. 1 quarter left in regulation. I almost said left to play, but the way this game's going, we might end up playing extras. We'll see. 49-42. Edmonds-Woodway with the lead. They also have the ball right now to start the fourth quarter of play. And we're going to get an offensive call against the Warriors. Let's see who they call that on. It was away from the basketball. They're going to call that on Ryan Peterson. The junior picks up his second foul. Might have been a good thing for the Hawks as Kyrie Armstead had hit the ground. Woodard had the ball up on top, was not being guarded. Double team right now. Nice job by the Hawks to break the press. Edwards and Holland all over right now up on top. Finally forced the turnover. Edwards comes away with the steal. Hawks reach in, can't get it. Edwards, nice dish to Woodard, lays it in. Count the basket and the foul.
You can't count that. You can't count that. Basket count. No.
Basket does in fact count.
How do you count it? How do you count it?
And you can hear Coach Nayland Sood yelling right now by our
Simultaneously as the guy was going up, continuation happens.
Woodard with the basket.
Nayland Sood did not like that at all. We were trying to listen in on that for a brief moment. The referee says that the foul happened simultaneously. Edwards dribbled into the key, dished it to a cutting Woodard.
If it's simultaneous, it's one shot. Tell me one and one. It can't
There's-
be one and one.
So what they're saying right now is that the basket counted and the foul was not on Woodard. Woodard was the one that made the basket. Simultaneously, as Woodard was making a basket, Edwards was also fouled. They're going to call that foul on Joey Gardner, and he misses the front end of the 1-and-1. That was an interesting play. So it appears as though Woodard was not the one being fouled. Another player was. And we're going to get a foul called on the other end against Edmonds-Woodway. So Edmonds-Woodway had a chance to make 4 points there on that play if Edwards could have converted the free throws. We're going to get a foul called on Peterson on the other end, his third. It was a shooting foul, so that'll send Gardner to the line shooting 2. Hawks trailing 51-47. Makes the first one, and this trip to the free throw line is brought to you by our friends over at Edmonds Community College. Gardner now with 3 points on the night. Daniel Johnson takes a seat on the bench. Switches the second one as well. Gardner 4 for 4 from the line tonight. Those are all of his points so far. 51-49. Edmonds-Woodway by 2. 7:17 to go. Holland cuts into the lane, dishes it off. However, they're going to say he was fouled in the act of passing. It is the 9th team foul against the Hawks. Therefore, Holland is going to shoot 1-and-1. Actually, it's a 10th foul now. So Joey Gardner has now fouled out of the game. Having a quick conference to determine whether or not Gardner has 4 or 5 fouls. We all have him down for 5 at the scores table. So Powder's going to check in for Joey Gardner, who's fouled out. Gardner finishes his night with 4 points. Jordan Rice is going to check back in for Noah Becker. So they did correct it. They initially were holding up a 1-and-1 sign. However, it is the 10th foul of the night, or the 10th foul of the half against Mountlake Terrace. So Edmonds-Woodway will be in the double bonus for the rest of this game. Holland makes the first free throw. He now has 3 points on the night. Not much to show in the scoring column for Holland, but he's certainly had himself a great night, mainly on defense for Edmonds-Woodway, as he's just been all over the Terrace guards in transition and as they bring the ball up the court. Holland hits the second free throw also. And we're going to get a hold called against Edmonds-Woodway as Terrace was having trouble inbounding the ball. We had a whole bunch of things happening there. Mountlake Terrace was panicking, thinking they were about to get called for 5 seconds. So Derek Anima was trying to call a timeout. Meanwhile, Coach Brown for Edmonds-Woodway was yelling for a 5-second violation. And the refs were calling a foul away from the ball. They're going to call down Holland his second foul. It's the 9th team foul against Edmonds-Woodway here in the half. So the Hawks are in the bonus. Gabe Powder will step up to the line shooting 1-and-1. Hits the first one. Unofficially, I've got Mountlake Terrace as he hits the second one. Unofficially, Mountlake Terrace 13 for 14 from the free throw line tonight. And they've needed each and every one of those points to stay in this game. It is now 53-51. Edmonds-Woodway with the lead. 7:05 to go here in the fourth quarter. Edmonds-Woodway doing a nice job of passing this ball around. Woodard goes up, gets the shot blocked out of bounds. Armstead and Massey both going up. I think Massey was the one that got his hand on it. Bats it out of bounds. Edmonds-Woodway, 17 left on the shot clock. Woodard picks up a screen. He throws up a three. Hits it! David Woodard with his first tray of the night. 56-51. Edmonds-Woodway now with their largest lead since back in the first quarter. Powder trying to go all the way, and it's blocked. Nice job by Trey Holland batting that one out of bounds. Mountlake Terrace will maintain possession, but their shot clock is down to 23. Got Woodard down with 19 points for the game. Massey tries to tip that one in on the inbound. Misses it. But does get fouled on the play. And Edmonds-Woodway is going to get called with a delay of game violation, as I wasn't looking on the other end, but it appears as though David Woodard might have taken off dribbling the ball down the court.
Fouls on Woodard, his third personal, 10th team foul.
They're going to actually call that foul apparently on Peterson, which gives him 4 for the game. 3 of which have come in the last few minutes as Massey hits the first free throw. His first point of the second half. So Peterson with 4 is going to take a seat on the bench. This trip to the free throw line also brought to you by our friends over at Edmonds Community College. Massey 5 for 5 from the line so far tonight. Make it 6 for 6. He now has 16 for the game. Hawks trailing by 3, 56-53. In this key Wesco 3A South matchup between two Edmonds School District rivals. Holland's going to pull up for the long two. He hits it. Trey Holland, 6 points on the night, 4 of which have come in the fourth quarter. 53-58. Anima, and he's going to get called for a charge. Nice job by Woodard. He planted his feet. Took the hit. Anima is getting called for his 4th foul. Hawks have already lost Gardner for the night. Anima now with 1 more to go before he's going to take a seat on the bench for the rest of the evening. 6:08 to go here in the game. Edmonds-Woodway with a 58-53 lead, and they've got the ball. Woodard setting up his offense, getting double-teamed, using Allie Gay for a screen. Armstead gets a block on it, and then he trails down to the other end, gets the layup. It almost didn't make it, but he gets it to go. Armstead blocks the shot, then immediately takes off towards the other end. As soon as Anima got the ball, he had nothing but wide open space between where he was standing and where Armstead was on the other end, and Armstead with an easy layup. Let's see what the call is there. It is a turnover for Edmonds-Woodway.
Holland with his third, 11th.
We're going to get Holland called for an offensive foul. It's a player control foul, so no free throws coming up on this play. Both teams in double bonus for the rest of the game. 5:36 remaining here in the fourth quarter. Edmonds-Woodway 58, Mountlake Terrace 55, and once again the Hawks are having trouble getting the ball in just in the nick of time. Hawks getting it across the center line. Anima looking for somebody, kicks it out to Armstead. Armstead kicks it to Altenberger. Altenberger behind the back. Playing a little back and forth there with Altenberger. Finally gets the ball knocked away, or did they call a foul? They, in fact, called a foul. Jordan Rice picking up his third for the night. Nope.
Fouls at 33, Jordan Rice is third.
And we'll send Armstead to the line, shooting two. Armstead with his first free throws of the evening. Hits the first one. Cuts the Hawk deficit to two. He's got one more free throw with 5:19 to go here in the fourth. Gets the second one as well. 58-57. We've got ourselves a game here. 5:14 left. Edmonds-Woodway holding on to a slim 1-point lead, and they've got the ball. Rice going to the right side, puts up a shot. Misses it and gets fouled. I call Massey for the foul. Only the second foul of the night for Massey. Rice 1 for 2 from the line already tonight. He's got 17 points for the game. And Edmonds-Woodway is going to call a 30-second timeout. We'll take a very quick break. You're watching the Sound Live Sports Network.
Clogged drain? Other plumbing problems? Call Action Jackson Plumbing for 24-hour service. Owned by a lifetime Edmonds resident and Edmonds-Woodway grad, Action Jackson is the drain cleaning specialist. They can unclog most internal drains for only $99 plus tax. Call 425-877-5601 or visit actionjacksonplumbing.com.
And welcome back to the Sound Live Sports Network. 5:07 to go here in the fourth quarter. Jordan Rice hits the front end of two free throws. He now has 18 points for the ball game. 59-57, Edmonds-Woodway with the 2-point lead. Jordan Rice looking to make it a 3-point lead. Misses it. However, Gay comes in there, gets a tip, misses the first shot, gets his own rebound, goes up strong, and draws a foul. And Massey picks up his third foul. So you got Gardner with 5 fouls, Anima with 4, Massey, Dallas, and Armstead all with 3. As Gay hits the first of 2, he now has 4 points on the evening. 60-57, Edmonds-Woodway with a 3-point lead. Make that a 4-point lead. Gay with a very nice touch on that ball. 61-57, Edmonds-Woodway looking to press. And the Warriors are going to get called for a body check. Let's see who they called that on. Rice and Tillman were both in the area. In fact, going to call that on Rice. Rice is now looking at 4 fouls. So Rice and Peterson both with 4 fouls for Edmonds-Woodway. A few different players checking in right now as Armstead and Altenberger both checking in for the Hawks. Noah Becker about to check in for the Warriors. I think he's checking in for Rice. We'll see what happens as Rice is standing over by the bench awaiting the check-in. Daniel Johnson hits the first of 2, and this trip to the free throw line is brought to you by our friends over at Edmonds Community College. And Becker does finally come in. Rice taking a seat on the bench. Johnson connects on the second one as well. 59-61, Edmonds-Woodway. We're now under 5 minutes to go. 4:56 remaining. Tillman tries to hand it off to Woodard. The ball gets batted into the air. Warriors were able to collect it and keep the possession. 18 to go on the shot clock. Woodard looking to go to the hoop himself. Armstead gets his hand on it. Big scramble for the ball. Gay grabs it. Might have been partially blocked. Massey comes away with it. Johnson goes into the key looking for the tie. Misses the shot. Massey grabs it, gets it blocked by Gay. Armstead grabs it. He goes into the key, loses the ball. Big scramble right now. Finally, Woodard comes away with it. And Derek Anima, who already has 4 fouls, very wisely gets away from him very quickly. 4:15 to go. Holland drives into the lane and might have picked up a foul against Johnson. Let's wait to see what the call is. That is, in fact, the case. Johnson only picking up his first foul of the night. So Holland will have 2 more free throws here. Hits the first one this trip to the free throw line. Also brought to you by our friends over at Edmonds Community College. Edmonds-Woodway 11 for 12 in the quarter from the free throw line. Make that 12 for 13. And we'll see what Mountlake Terrace is. As I try to do a quick count. They are 12 for 12. So between these two teams, unofficially, they've shot 25 free throws here in the fourth quarter, and they've only missed 1. The fact that they've shot 25 free throws in under 4 minutes is pretty amazing in itself. 63-59. We're now under 4 minutes. Hawks trailing by 4. Johnson kicks it over to Altenberger. 12 to go on the shot clock. Kicks it to Armstead. He gets Gay up in the air. Altenberger thought about his shot. Pulls inside the three-point line. A long 2. He hits it. Altenberger with his first bucket of the fourth quarter. 63-61. And the pass to Gay goes over his head. A lot of contact there. Incidental contact and nice sportsmanship between both Tillman and Anima, as certainly neither of those two players is intending to hurt the other one. There is just a case of 2 bodies ending up in the same spot at the same time. Tillman picking up the foul. Tillman with his 3rd foul of the game. 3:31 to go here in the fourth. I think I might have just jinxed the Hawks as they missed their first free throw of the fourth quarter. Nima with 1 more shot. Only the 2nd free throw missed on the night by Mountlake Terrace. Makes up for it with that one. 63-62. Edmonds-Woodway by 1. 3:25 to go here in the fourth. Tillman with the ball up on top. Trying to get it to Woodard. Armstead picks it off. All he has to do is beat Tillman. Picks up the foul, misses the shot, and Armstead heads to the line shooting 2. Great read by Kyrie as he recognized the fact that when Woodard cuts behind Tillman like that, often he picks up the basketball. Tillman might have thought he was handing it right to Woodard, and instead it was the other colored jersey. Armstead now to the line shooting 2. makes the first, ties up the game, and this trip to the free throw line is also brought to you by our friends over at Edmonds Community College. Henry Tillman heading back towards the bench right now as Ryan Peterson with his 4 fouls is checking back into the game. 3:17 showing on the clock. Armstead gives the Hawks the lead. Kyrie now 4 for 4 from the free throw line here in the fourth quarter. 64-63 in a free throw fest fourth quarter here so far. Nice job by Holland with the floater along the baseline. Gets that one to go. 8 of his 10 points have come in the fourth quarter. Puts Edmonds-Woodway back into the lead. 2:55 showing on the clock right now. Daniel Johnson just getting over the center line with about a second to spare. Massey kicks it over to Altenberger. Altenberger thought about throwing it to a cutting Armstead, didn't do so. 12 to go on the shot clock. Tarek Anima with the ball. He's got Massey open at 3. Decides not to shoot it, drives into the lane. A lot of contact, and he's going to get fouled. 2:32 showing on the clock. They're going to call that on number 3, Trey Holland. Holland now with 4 fouls on the night. Massey hits the free throw, and this trip to the free throw line, it's brought to you by our friends over at Edmonds Community College. So Becker's going to take a seat. Rice checks back in with 4 fouls. Massey with a chance to give the Hawks the lead right now with 2:32 to go. And he hits it. Massey 8 for 8 from the free throw line tonight. 66-65, 2:25 to go. Woodard with a long 3 ball. Hits the rim, bounces off. Derek Anima with the rebound, and he's going to bring it up himself. Getting guarded by Gay. Goes into the lane, kicks it out to Altenberger for 3! That's it! The gym goes nuts! Gabe Altenberger with a 4-point lead. 69-65 with 2:03 to go. Woodard trying to answer on the other end. He drives into the lane, gets fouled. He's going to have 2 free throws coming up. Altenberger with 5 3-pointers tonight. 21 for the game, and they're going to give that foul to Armstead, number 23. He now picks up his 4th foul. Boy, the way these two teams are going, I don't think they could afford an overtime. We might need the JV teams back out here. We might have some guys fouling out here eventually. And Woodard misses the first of the 2 free throw attempts. This trip to the free throw line brought to you by Edmonds Community College. Hawks with a 4-point lead. Woodard makes the second of the 2 free throws, making it a 69-66 game. Armstead breaks the press, 1:56 to go on the clock. Altenberger being guarded by Woodard, swings over to Massey. Looking for Johnson, finally kicks it back out to Armstead. 23 to go on the shot clock, he's being double teamed. Hawks are yelling for timeout, and they're going to get one with 1:43 to go. Trying to determine if it's a full or not. It is a full timeout. We'll take 30 seconds to break. 1:43 left. Hawks by 3. You're watching the Sound Live Sports Network. And welcome back to the Sound Live Sports Network. 1:43 to go in this game. It has been back and forth, nip and tuck most of the way, and Mountlake Terrace right now holding a 3-point lead with 1:43 to go. They also have the basketball, but as we've seen tonight, those 3-point leads can evaporate very quickly for either of these two teams. 16 to go on the shot clock. Altenberger with a three, gets it blocked, out of bounds. Nice job by Trey Holland, swats it out. Shot clock now showing 12, 1:36 on the game clock. Altenberger trying to get open. Armstead has to do something quickly, finally gets it out to Altenberger. Altenberger picks up the screen from Anima, kicks it over to Johnson, 5 on the shot clock. Johnson's going to drive the lane, misses the shot. Everybody fighting for it, and finally Jordan Rice grabs it with 1:25 to go. Edmonds-Woodway trailing by 3. Holland with a long 2, misses it. Nice job by Woodard, he gets the rebound, a lot of contact. And they call a charge. Nice job by Daniel Johnson. Daniel Johnson getting all fired up. Woodard picking up his 3rd foul. That was a huge foul on the Warriors. Peterson's going to take a seat on the bench as Gay checks back in. Player control foul, so no free throws. The Hawks with a new 35-second clock with 1:15 to go. Altenberger getting double teamed. Woodard steals it, gets his shot blocked. They're going to call a foul on somebody. Let's see who they call that on. If it's on Anima, he's out. Might have been on Johnson. And it is, in fact, on Derek Anima. Anima picking up his 5th foul. So with 1:11 to go, trying to make sure they got the foul right here at the scorer's table. So the foul was called on, well, now we're still not sure. Here's the referees are talking to the scorer's table. If it is on Anima, he has fouled out. And now they've changed it, so it is on Daniel Johnson, his 2nd foul, so Anima stays in the ball game. I kind of wondered about that. It looked as though it was Johnson that made the contact. So with 1:11 to go, Woodard steps to the line shooting 2. Makes the first one, makes it a 2-point game, and this trip to the free throw line brought to you by Edmonds Community College. Woodard with one more shot has a chance to make this a 1-point ball game and misses it. 2 guys going up for the rebound on the same team. Finally, Altenberger grabs it. Johnson being double teamed. Nice job by Holland. Did he make contact? They in fact say he did. Holland very close from stealing that ball from behind. And Holland picking up his 5th foul. He is out of the ball game. So with 1:05 to go, Hawks with a 2-point lead, and Daniel Johnson will step to the line to shoot the double bonus. Coach Schude instructing Armstead and Altenberger as to what to do if they, in fact, get trapped down there one more time, as it's happened a few times tonight. Daniel Johnson misses the free throw. He's got one more. All of the Hawks back, ready to play defense. Nobody even about to try to get the board. Daniel hits the free throw. Makes it a 70-67 game. 1:05 left. See if Edmonds-Woodway is going to try for a tie. They're going to get a full timeout here. 1:02 left. We'll take a quick break. We'll be back in 30 seconds. You're watching the Sound Live Sports Network.
Hey sports fans, do you want to know when and where your favorite teams in the Westco Conference are playing? Who won the game last night and what the current standings are? Well, it's easy to find out on westcoathletics.com. The information is entered by athletic directors and coaches, so you know it's accurate and up to date, making westcoathletics.com the place to view official scores, schedules, standings, and photos for all the schools and all the sports in the Westco Conference. Follow us on Twitter and Facebook and check out westcoathletics.com, the official website of the Westco Conference.
And welcome back to the Sound Live Sports Network. 62 seconds left in regulation. Will that be enough time to decide this game? We're about to find out. Edmonds-Woodway trailing Mountlake Terrace 70-67. Warriors wearing the road green jerseys. They will inbound the ball with 33 to go on the shot clock. Woodard with the ball on top. Brady Edwards about to check back in as he's at the scores table. Rice thought about a three. Gets Altenberger in there. Drives into the lane. Puts up a shot. And they're going to call a blocking foul. And if they call that against Derek Anima, he's fouled out. And that is, in fact, the case. Derek Anima, unofficially with 12 points tonight, and with 51.5 seconds to go, the Hawks' leading scorer on the season has fouled out. So Jordan Rice about to step to the line, shooting 2 free throws. Gabe Powder checking back in for Anima, and the fans here are giving Anima a nice round of applause. Great effort for him tonight. 51.5 left. And you can be guaranteed of one thing. If Rice hits the second of these 2 free throws, they will be pressing the Hawks. He hits the first one. Rice 3 for 5 on the night from the free throw line. It makes it a 70-68 game. Another trip being brought to you by our friends over at Edmonds Community College. And sponsoring these free throws. They're getting their money's worth here in the fourth quarter. Rice puts up the second shot, misses it. Gay gets the rebound, kicks it out to Woodard for the tie. He hits it. Second chances can be a killer. It's a tie ball game right now, 70-70. Powder dribbles out of it. He's going to be leaned into on the side there as Edwards was trying to sneak in from behind to bat the ball away. I'm going to call that foul on Noah Becker. Becker picking up his 4th foul. 39.9 seconds left in the game. 70-70 is the score. While Powder shoots the free throw, the first of the 2, all 4 of his teammates are over here on the sideline talking to Coach Nayland Sood. Powder hits the first one. He's 3 for 3 tonight. Ryan Peterson checking back into the game. So Powder very calmly stepping to the line and with ice water in the veins gives the Hawks a 1-point lead. Has a chance to give them a 2-point lead right now in this trip to the line brought to you by Edmonds Community College. Nice job, Gabe Powder. He hits them both. 39 seconds to go. Let's see what Edmonds-Woodway wants to do now. Will they go for the lead or will they go for the tie? Hawks being very careful not to give Woodard an open 3. He drives baseline, kicks it over to the side. Gets it over to Jordan Rice, back to Woodard. 18 to go on the shot clock. Woodard dishes down low to Gay. Gay fumbles it initially, picks it up, misses the shot, but draws the foul. 18.2 seconds left on the clock. And if Gay can hit both of these free throws, he will, in fact, tie this game up. Daniel Johnson picking up his 3rd foul. And the Hawks want a full timeout. We'll take a 30-second break. Don't go anywhere. We've got an exciting finish coming up. You're watching the Sound Live Sports Network. And as promised, we are back. 18.2 seconds remaining in regulation. Ali Gay stepping to the line. If he makes both of these, we've got a tie game. This trip to the free throw line brought to you by Edmonds Community College. And Gay very, very calmly drains that one. 4 for 4 on the night is Gay from the free throw line. Makes the second one, tie game, 18.2 seconds to go. Let's see what the Hawks can draw up here. 15 seconds. Armstead bringing it up. Suge trying to call a timeout and gets in 11.1 seconds left. Tie game. Again, your leading scorer for the season, Derek Anima, has already fouled out. Your starting point guard, Joey Gardner, has fouled out. Looking at the 5 sitting on the bench right now, it appears as though it's going to be the same 5 that were just out there, which is Johnson, Altenberger, Massey, Armstead, and Dallas. See what the Warriors do to counter that lineup. Again, we do have a tournament coming up here on December 29th. We're not sure if we're broadcasting those games or not yet, but we do know that Edmonds-Woodway will play the 1 o'clock game against Battleground. Mountlake Terrace will play the 7 o'clock game against Canyon Springs. And in between, Linwood will play Snohomish at 3. And West Seattle will play Marysville-Pilchuck at 5. All 8 of those teams will play the next day as well. But before they can do that, they've got a little score to settle here on this court right now, with 11.1 seconds remaining in regulation. 72-72. Gabe Altenberger will throw it in from right in front of his own bench. Massey pops up, gets the ball, gives it to Armstead. 8 seconds to go. Armstead on Rice. Bobbles the ball, puts it up, and gets it to fall with 4 seconds. 2 seconds. 1. Rice for the win. It's off the mark. Terrace wins. Mountlake Terrace wins. The sophomore, Kyrie Armstead's the hero. Hawks win 74-72. Kyrie Armstead picked up a screen. He drives to the right side of the basket. As he made his cut, he initially bobbled the basketball. It looked as though he was going to lose it. He grabbed it out of the air, puts it up against the backboard, and makes it the game winner. And the Hawks pull off the victory, 74-72. Armstead finishing with 10 points on the night. Stay tuned. We got to figure out who our player of the game is. We've got a lot of options to choose from, as quite a few of these Hawks having a great night tonight. You're watching the Sound Live Sports Network.
Clogged drain? Other plumbing problems? Call Action Jackson Plumbing for 24-hour service. Owned by a lifetime Edmonds resident and Edmonds-Woodway grad, Action Jackson is the drain cleaning specialist. They can unclog most internal drains for only $99 plus tax. Call 425-877-5601.
Hawks get the victory, 74-72. We're going to take a 30-second break. When we come back, we've been told we're going to have a player of the game. I told Coach Shu to pick one out for us, so we'll see what he gets. So many guys to choose from. Let's see who he throws our way. Again, 30-second break coming up. Don't go too far. You're watching the Sound Live Sports Network.
Clogged drain? Other plumbing problems? Call Action Jackson Plumbing for 24-hour service. Owned by a lifetime Edmonds resident and Edmonds-Woodway grad, Action Jackson is the drain cleaning specialist. They can unclog most internal drains for only $99 plus tax. Call 425-877-5601 or visit actionjacksonplumbing.com.
So again, our final score here from the Terraceum, 74-72. The Mountlake Terrace Hawks getting the victory. Coach Nayland Sue told me he would go into the locker room and send up a player for us to interview for the player of the game. Nayland asking me who I wanted, and I said, you know what, Coach? You guys got the victory. You pick one for us. So we'll see who he sends up here. Really quite a few candidates. Certainly Kyrie Armstead getting the game winner at the very end. Makes it a 74-72 game, so we'll see if Kyrie comes back out. We're getting some final points for the game as well for the Hawks. Altenberger with 21 points. See what other numbers we can get here for you in just a moment as we continue to look in the direction of the locker room to see if anybody is in fact coming up. We'll keep it right here for a moment. Again, we're getting some unofficial numbers as we go here. David Woodard, by the way, it looks like he had 23 points tonight, leading scorer for Edmonds-Woodway. So many marks on our paper here with free throws being made, free throws being missed, 2-pointers, 3-pointers. It's hard to keep track of who's what, but here we go with the numbers right now. We'll tune in for Vince DeMiro right now.
We'll go through the final stats here for you. We'll start off with the Warriors. Leading the Warriors and actually leading all scorers tonight, David Woodard with 23
Heard that, David Woodard with 23 points on the night.
10 points for Trey Holland.
Trey Holland, 10 points, 8 of which came in the fourth quarter.
2 for Brady Edwards, 2 for Eddie Sauter, 7 for Ali Gay.
Ali Gay with 7 points. Jordan Rice with 19, 4 of which were 4 3-pointers for Rice.
The total for the Warriors.
And right now we're adding up the Mountlake Terrace
For the
scores.
Hawks, everybody who played scored tonight for the Hawks. We'll start off with our leading scorer tonight.
8 different Hawks scoring.
Altenberger with 21 points.
Gabe Altenberger, 21 points tonight.
From behind the
5
3-pointers.
3-pointers for
5
Altenberger.
15 points from beyond the stripe.
The rest of the
2
numbers here.
points for Carson Dallas, 18 points for Shimron Messi.
Shimron Messi with 18 points. And huge from the free throw line. Messi was 8 for 8 from the free throw line.
For Daniel Johnson and 4 for Gabe Powder.
And again, we really hope that we get a player of the game up here in a minute. Unless Coach Stud got a little excited once they went down there and perhaps he forgot about us. We're going to keep it here for a minute. It's too big of a game not to have a player of the game, so we're going to hope to get one here in a minute. If we need to, we'll even send somebody perhaps into the locker room, but we really want to give this shirt away. Again, our friends over at Adrenaline Fundraising providing us with this shirt. Somebody's got to get it, right? Who is it going to be? Is it Armstead with the game winner? Is it Altenberger with his 5 3-pointers? Perhaps it's Messi with 8 for 8 from the free throw line. At any rate, we're going to keep our eyes open here for just a moment. And we're going to take a 60-second break. Stay tuned. Maybe we'll have a player of the game. You're watching the Sound Live Sports Network. And welcome back to the Sound Live Sports Network. We finally got a player of the game, and look who we got, Derek Anima.
Hey.
Derek, congratulations. First of all, let's make sure we get a picture. Might have to have Chris Guardiano take a picture for us here in a minute because you are the Adrenaline Fundraising Player of the Game. Let's get this squared away first and foremost. Hand the camera there to Chris, see if he can get a shot for us. See what Chris can do here. I think we might have gotten a shot. Did we get one there, Chris? All right, we'll take the camera back. Derek, 74-72. Is it the wildest game you've ever played in as a Mountlake Terrace Hawk?
Yes, sir. It is. 72 was a lot. Definitely didn't plan to put him at 72 because they've had they've had 90, they've had in the 80s. So when they came here, we didn't want to do that, but free throws and the fouls, they got them over, but we pulled through.
Well, and you just talked about that a little bit. I mean, this is a team that has scored, 83, 86, 90 in the last 3 games.
Yeah.
I mean, what was the game plan coming into the night? Did you kind of talk about how you needed to slow them down and take them out of their offensive rhythm?
We did, especially some key players like 0, 33. And I think we did, for the most part, a good shot. It was a tough night, I think, for them. They didn't have anything easy. So
Yeah, and that fourth quarter got really crazy with all those fouls in there.
yeah.
And you in particular at the end there, what was your thought? A minute and 11 left when you fouled out. Did you know right away you picked up number 5?
Yeah.
You never want to admit it when it happens, though, right?
I thought I was there, but the ref didn't. So I had faith in my team. I had trust in my teammates
There
to
you
finish
go.
this game. So
Well, you carried them quite a ways, and then they carried you at the very end there. Walk us through the final play of the game. So obviously, you guys are over here on the bench, 11.1 seconds to go, tie game. What is Coach saying to the players? Obviously, it's painful for you because you know you're fouled out. But what was he telling the guys? Was that the play that was diagrammed, or was it something else?
That was the play, but he ran it to the wrong side.
Oh,
And,
interesting.
yeah,
Okay.
So he went to.
So Armstead was
Shimron's
supposed
side.
to drive to the left.
Daniel's side,
Okay.
yeah, and then Shimron was supposed to pop out, and they were going to look for a high-low or Shimron shoot it, but they gambled and Kyrie went right by him. So
Is that a situation you guys practice for a lot? I mean, when you're in practice during the middle of the week, hey, this could be the situation. It's tied up with 10 seconds to. Oh, I think we're back on there. So is that a situation you're used to seeing there? I mean, do you guys practice that particular play?
maybe
Or?
not that play, yes, but we do work on situations a little bit from time to time in practice, so that definitely helped there. But yeah, we run through that play a lot, multiple plays for like situations like that, but we chose that one.
And tonight you got the victory. And I've got to ask you, Wesco looks so tough this year right now. I mean, it's a loaded division that you guys are in. To
Yeah.
get a win here was nice.
It was.
And I know you guys follow the other teams as well. What are you seeing from the other teams so far, and what do you look forward to coming up?
Looking at the other teams, it's tough, but I think we can do it. With the guys that we have, I think we can do it.
And they did it tonight. So 74-72, you get the win. So again, congratulations.
Thank you.
Going to let you go enjoy that shirt. Derek Anima, 12 points. He is our adrenaline fundraising player of the game. More importantly, the Hawks get the win. So Derek, go ahead and enjoy that with your teammates.
All right, thank
See you
you
next
so
time.
much.
All right. So we'll keep this really short now. So again, final score 74-72. Kyrie Armstead with the game winner with 4 seconds left. Hawks take their overall record to 5-2 on the year. They improved to 2-0 in conference play. More importantly, they're the only 2-0 team right now in Wesco 3A South, so that's huge. And on that note, we are signing out. We picked a good game to broadcast our first game of the year. We may or may not have a broadcast for you over the holiday break. Follow us on Twitter. Follow us on MLTnews.com. We'll get you all caught up. But once again, the final score here tonight, Mountlake Terrace 74, Edmonds-Woodway 72. You've been watching the Sound Alive Sports Network. Have a good night.